How's it going, everyone? I'm SirJames coming at you guys with another Legacy lightsaber review. This time we're going to be taking a look at another limited edition hilt set, which was released, or in this case up for pre-order, during the month of November of last year. And this is for the limited edition Jedi Temple Guard Legacy lightsabers. That is right, some of you may not have even known that this was actually a thing. Now, I do want to note that only 3,000 of these were ever made. And as far as information, a lot of the information is a bit vague because from what I can gather, and I don't even know if this is the truth of it, that supposedly only 1,000 were made on Shop Disney and the other 2,000 are going to be made available in the parks. But I don't think, or I haven't seen any information in relations to people getting them at the parks. I don't even know if that's even happened yet. So just want to kind of let you guys know, maybe they're reserving some of it for a special event like Star Wars Day or something. Again, a lot of that information is currently unknown to me, so I do apologize on that part. Secondly, I also want to note that unfortunately this hilt set is not mine. But I was given the honors, courtesy of a fan, who allowed me to unbox this and to share this experience with you guys and kind of give you guys my initial thoughts. And because of that, I'm going to be treating this with utmost respect because not only is this not mine, but this is a limited edition hilt set, and the last thing that I want to do is to ruin someone else's special items. So I'm not really going to be connecting two blades, plus I don't even have two blades, and swinging it around again because I don't want to do anything that will cause any form of damage to their hilts. But I'm still going to give you my full in-depth review as best as possible, even with them connected. So again, first things first is that we have this beautiful wooden box right here. And this thing has a lot of weight to it for sure. This is way heavier than the Skywalker box sets. Now, in order to open this up, it actually slides from this section right here down. So this whole lid just slides right off. So it makes it a little bit more fancier, if you will, as far as the feel of it. Go ahead and just carefully remove this as best as I can. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and set this off to the side. Alright. The first thing that you're going to be getting as soon as you open it up is that there is going to be some foam and a piece of paper on the inside. Now, the piece of paper is actually going to be your certificate to inform you about the limited edition. Don't worry, I didn't tear through the paper. This is just the tape. You're going to be presented with one of these cards right here. Now, again, there is 3,000 of these pieces made. This one right here happens to be 1940, the year in which I was not born in, so we're all clear. But right below that, it says, the lightsaber pike is a sacred weapon of the Temple Guard. Its twin yellow blades symbolizes the internal flame of the Order and the vigilance of its protectors, which I'm 100% certain that is actually one of the quotes on the yellow kyber crystal that you can get from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. So we're just going to go ahead and put that back in place, just like that. And once you move that piece of protection out of the way, you are now presented with, there you go, your Temple Guard hilt. And this is the proper way to do the Jedi Temple Guard Disney. Again, when Galaxy's Edge first opened up, the Temple Guard was one of the options for Legacy lightsabers to choose from. Now this one here is more of the goldish color. The other one was more the Star Wars Rebels theme one, if I remember correctly. This one's more the Clone Wars theme. But with that one, there was no connectors, nothing. A lot of people were making 3D printed options where you had the foldable options and all that for the connector. But here in this box set, you get both of them. You do get the foldable connector and you get the traditional one as well. And again, this is something that I wish we got when Galaxy's Edge first opened up, which is why I'm a bit bothered that this is only part of the limited edition sets. I would hope Disney for them to release them, at least with a connector option in the box, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. But anyways, what exactly do you get? Well, first off, you have two of these, which is going to be the pommel piece for your Temple Guard hilt. So if you guys have ever bought one of these as a single option, you will know that this was on the bottom covering the battery compartments. But you get two of them, so if you wish to disconnect it from the connectors and have them as individual hilts, you have the freedom to do so. Now, I believe this box set, I'm trying to remember, it was either $350 or $370 something dollars. So there's also that to take in consideration. You are also going to be given one of two connectors. So this is the very first connector right here in the box. Now this is the one with the foldable design, so you can go ahead and make the hilts fold in just like in Star Wars Rebels. So we're going to have this off to the side so we can go ahead demonstrate that. I keep saying we, and it's only me in this room, me and the dogs. And then last but not least, we also have the main hilts themselves right here. So let me go ahead and put this off to the side, like so. And just to offer some form of padding, I'm going to put this up here so I have something to lay the hilts on top of. There we go. And move you off to the side. So here's what you get default already pre-set up. Is that you have the main connector right here. So you got this section here that makes the appearance of wood. It's still got that bright plastic look to it. You might be able to add something to it if you wanted to tone that down, at least this section. But you have a lot of holes there for ventilation for sound. And then here is the temple guard hilts. They're basically exactly the same as when Galaxy's Edge first opened up. The only real difference is just the color of the hilts. That's it. Some of the things that were still there that I didn't like of how this button sticks up a lot. You see how kind of wobbly it is? I'm always afraid that that's going to break. So fortunately that still remains the same. I was hoping they will change that. And these sections right here do not light up at all, just so you guys are aware. But I will at least insert the blade and ignite it. But as how it stands with this configuration, it feels good. It's nice and sturdy in the hands when it comes to swinging it around. Again, it feels really, really good and solid. Again, this is just, again, we're all saying it. This is what we should have got. But let's go ahead and bring over a blade because everything's going to be the same as you've seen the temple guards before. Insert the connector there. Now obviously the Disney yellow blades don't really look very yellow. They're more of a greenish yellow. So let's go ahead and turn off this main light here. So of course, if you were to have two blades in here and have the sound on, then it's going to sound much louder with both of them connected. But again, as I stated, I only have one blade, and I'm not going to be really swinging this one around as it is not mine. So that's how it is with its current setup. Now, if you wish to do so, you can go ahead and carefully remove the hilts from here. Just do note that the battery pack can slide out since we don't have that other piece connected. That way I can kind of give you guys an idea of how it feels weight-wise. In fact, let me go ahead and turn this back on. That's probably the one useful thing I like with the blades is I could just hit the switch from here. So when you remove them, you are going to be presented with, of course, your battery packs right here on the bottom. And you don't actually have to remove any form of sleeve cover like some of the other Legacy Sabers. So this is going to be using AAA batteries. There is a total of 3 of them altogether. But because this is 2 hilts, that's going to be 6 AAA batteries to kind of keep in mind. And they only go in one way. Now each of the hilts also has a cover tech wheel. So even if these were connected as far as their pike option, you can still clip it onto your belt perfectly fine without any issues whatsoever. And then of course here is our connector once again. This is going to be the fold out option. And I'll show you how this works in just a moment once we go ahead and connect these. All right. All right, I'm going to be as cautious as possible. It's funny because I read a comment at one point. Someone was like, I don't treat people's things with respect. And it's like, what are you talking about? All right, so there we go. So now it is connected. The cool thing is that when these are connected, the alignment is actually great on them. Which is very good. Now, with this connector added, I will say holding it right here in the center feels a little bit awkward, just because instead of that nice round portion that you're gripping onto, you now have this kind of indented area where your fingers are going to be resting in. And even with that option, there's still a little bit of looseness to it, just because again, it's got that folding mechanism. So it's not like when you move this around, it's going to stay still like the other piece. But if you want to fold this in, the good thing is that I can go like this, right? Just with my fingers here in the center, and it's not folding in, it's not collapsing on itself. That's because you have to make it collapse. In order to do that, you actually have to press the buttons right here. So you have to press these in, and then you can go ahead and fold these up like so. And then you're going to hear that click. And then just like that, you can now have them folded. Now, I do want to note a couple things here. First off, when you're doing that, don't slam them, because these top sections will hit each other. The other thing too is that I would also be a little bit cautious with holding it with it connected. And the reason why I say this is because, again, it just likes to focus on that pilot, I swear. And that is because there is a bit of looseness. So meaning that if you were having it folded, you can technically make these pieces rub back and forth, potentially scuffing up that very top section right there. So if you are going to go for this option, I would at least highly recommend, just personal preference really, you can do as you wish, is add some kind of padding there. If you're going to walk around in a convention per se, or whatever the case may be, or even in the parks, whatever you want to use it for, is if you're going to go for this option, I would highly encourage you to have some kind of foam padding to put in between this upper section, so that way when you're walking around and this is potentially rubbing, you won't have that, again, paint issue, chipping, or whatever the case may be. That way it's going to be a lot more protective. And again, that's just my personal recommendation. And if you wish to fold it out back again, you're going to have to press the buttons once again, like so, and like so, and they click. And that is pretty much it. But overall, I think this is a really cool one. Again, this is the Temple Guard Legacy lightsabers that I wish we got to begin with, that we didn't. And also, if you're going to be kind of curious, if you already own the original Temple Guard lightsabers, would these connectors actually work for them? And the answer is yes. I mean, it's the same exact hilt, it's just the color schemes are a bit different. Just kind of note that if you're going for the Rebels look, which I believe the Rebels one was the white version, then obviously this one's going to have that gold coloring, so that one's not going to match up for that one. But other than that, you can totally dig whatever variation that you want. And this is a cool set, so I'm kind of curious. Did you guys get one of these that wanted one? I was going to get one, but you know, my paycheck wasn't going to be until like a few days later, and of course, like on the first day, these sold out. But yeah, like I said, this is a very cool limited edition hilt. If you have a cosplay for a Jedi Temple Guard, which idea you guys have seen it, which I was considering changing the mannequin prior to this video, then it could make for a great accessory. Like I said, if you're mostly going to be trooping around in your cosplay, the configuration that I would at least highly recommend is the original one straight out of the box, so you don't have to worry about letting the hilts fold in, rub off each other. Again, you're just going to have a nice sturdy section without any looseness or give whatsoever. But again, a lot of good weight, very comfortable, very cool. Easily a recommendation for anyone that has got a collection of Temple Guard items. But again, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. And I do thank you guys for this review. Definitely stay tuned because I have some other hilts still available. I have, let's see here, we have Gunji's lightsaber, the little Wookiee youngling's lightsaber to review. I also have the KR brass, I believe was the lightsaber etched with a Lord of the Rings theme to it. And what else? Oh, we have Ezra's lightsaber from Ultima Works, quite a few other ones, and of course eventually it's going to lead up to me reviewing the full life-size R2-D2 from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Until then, see you guys in the next video, and you guys enjoy the rest of your week.
I am Kaloma Ree, Captain of the Jedi Temple Guard, and I will defend the Order and the Force with my life. I uphold the traditions of the Guard, but command no troops. To be a Temple Guard is not a specialty or a profession. It is a sacred duty to which any Jedi Knight or Master may be summoned. For eons there has been a Temple Guard. When you don the Guardian's mask, you become a link in an unbroken chain, one that represents centuries of honor and duty. The archives of the Jedi Temple contain secret knowledge forbidden to all but the ranks of Masters. Safeguarding this knowledge is the highest calling of the Guard.